with Years of Years, and it's This Week in Disney for April 18th to April 24th.
There you go.
Yay!
Round in the bend.
Right, so we hope you guys all had a wonderful Easter.
Yes.
Happy Easter.
There you go.
Yeah,
we saw
hopefully.
the ambassadors at Magic Kingdom and did the eggs at Grand Floridian.
Yes.
I mean, it's almost hard to talk about Disney history and This Week in Disney without talking about This Week in Disney for us. I mean, this last week, incredible.
Yes.
My parents in town, Flower and Garden, Don McLean. I mean, you can check out that show. Fantastic. His first appearance at Epcot, and sensational. And then Space 220 last week. I mean, unbelievable.
Definitely worth it.
We went up.
Definitely a good experience.
The food, sensational.
So good.
I mean, the most tender that you've ever had. Generous portions on the appetizers, on everything all around.
But you have, I mean, if you like salmon, get the salmon for sure.
Yeah,
that
they
was
bring
a
it
magical experience.
In a smoking dome to the table.
And I love salmon, but I don't always have a good experience with it. This was good. Wild caught salmon, wonderful, no problems.
It was awesome. My only concern at all is that the portions are so generous that I suspect there's a lot of wasted dessert there.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, we can only get in for the evening time slot, which is a prefixed meal, so it includes the appetizer, the main course, and dessert, and then you can go earlier in the day and it's only the appetizer and the main course. So that's something I think we'll go back to, just because we were quite full. It was hard to eat our dessert.
Several space
we want
families.
to go back though.
Yeah.
Brad and I.
Indeed. Oh yeah, we're gonna do it.
Because there were so many choices on the menu, and just being up there in space was
Once
amazing.
isn't enough. It's just not enough. Yeah, plenty of spacewalking families out there, and some space
But check it out.
surfers all out around and in space.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
But this
Also,
week.
Yes.
Unless
this
there's
week.
more.
Well, I mean, just talking about your family.
Oh, yes.
Brad's parents were here, and
It
we
was
had
their
not
anniversary
seen
dinner.
them for over 3 years. So it was a special
awesome.
week.
A
for
total
sure.
delight. They totally enjoyed themselves, so thank you, Epcot.
We
and
won't
thank
go
you,
that
Disney
long.
community.
Again.
Yeah.
That's too much on your mom, right? Too
But
hard.
what is from long back now?
Okay, well, we're going back to, well, it wasn't too long ago, on April 12th, 1914.
Okay. Pretty long back. Like 119 years. There we go.
It's not. Is it?
Almost. I mean, I did the math in my head. Let's give me a break. It's pretty good.
Okay. All right. 1914 Disney legend Betty Lou Gerson, the narrator of the 1950s Cinderella,
There you go.
but also amazing, iconic character Cruella De Vil in the original 101 Dalmatians.
That's right.
Was born. She was actually born in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
So we've been there actually a couple times.
Did the Chattanooga choo-choo?
Yep. But she was actually raised in Birmingham, Alabama.
There you go.
So that whole area.
All country roots.
But for her voice, she didn't have like a real
Not at all.
country sound at all.
I mean, Cruella, come on.
Yes.
Cosmopolitan.
But also, if you think of the narration for Cinderella, like think of that voice. That I love that. It's almost like can put you to sleep. It's so lovely. You're starting to watch the movie and then you fall asleep because her voice is just so well. That happens to me all the time. But she was a really neat lady, I think. She actually was a voice actress for the most part. She started out her career on radio, of course. I mean, she was born in 1914, so that makes a lot of sense. She was in the radio dramas in 1935 while she was in her 20s, and she became like a mainstay of those radio soap operas.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Radio
she was
soaps.
in quite a few of those. I would go through them, but I'm guessing a huge portion of the audience probably doesn't even hadn't listened to them.
Might not even do TV soaps.
I have listened to some of this stuff, not enough to like memorize or remember the shows for sure, but I really do enjoy radio dramas. I think they're really fun from that time period. Quite a bit.
Yeah. And XM makes it so easy.
Exactly, but she was on the original Guiding Light, which was on the radio before it was on TV. So that's something, we know, right? In the 1940s, she had moved to Los Angeles. By the way, when she started in radio, that was actually in Chicago. Yeah, so that's where she was starting out her career. Her family had moved there, so she wasn't going out on her own. But yeah, she was in radio in Chicago, so I really like that part. I thought it was cool. But then she moved to Los Angeles in the 1940s and established herself in bigger radio dramas like The Whistler, Mr. President, crime classics, Escape, Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
There we go, Hollywood founder.
In 1950, she was in a dramatization of The Wizard of Oz. So she was Glenda.
Of course, Glenda the Good.
Yeah, I really like that too. I can go and listen to her voice. Like obviously, we gave you the 2 examples. She definitely was very talented to do such big ranges.
Diverse,
obviously, she learned this from her radio career because she was all over. I think she could do everything. Highly talented. I feel like back then, people were very multifaceted. They could sing, they could dance,
and they did it in one take.
Yeah, exactly. But they could do roles that were more difficult and diverse. She could be Glenda, but then she could be like on a radio crime drama. She also could be really funny. She had a sense of humor.
How wonderful.
Absolutely.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes. Right. So around the time of like 1951, she was cast as the narrator, like I said, of Disney's Cinderella. But then 11 years later, she was cast for Cruella De Vil. And then one more role with Disney, she actually was the old crane in Mary Poppins. She was only 50 at the time. You can look up pictures of her because they did a really good job of making her look very old. She didn't actually look very old when she was 50 at all. And so
really?
Yeah, they did great.
Is she in front of the bank?
No, that's not the Feed the Bird lady.
Okay,
that's
very good.
Different lady. I know, that would have been me too, for sure. As far as her film, roles where she was actually in stuff, or in film roles, she was cast in the 1958 The Fly, The Miracle on the Hills, and then, like I said, Mary Poppins in 1964. She made 3 guest appearances on Perry Mason, including the role of a murderer, Marjorie Davis. Told you, she was super multifaceted. And then
from a murderer, Cruella De Vil, to
she was also on The Twilight Zone, The Dick Van Dyke Show, which we've seen so many episodes of all these, so now we have to go figure out her episodes now that we know her, right?
Absolutely.
Hazel, the show Hazel, do you remember that?
Only by name.
Okay, Wanted Dead or Alive and The Rifleman.
There you go.
All those shows. So that's everything.
Many
She did.
I mean, just from...
Her radio was a much bigger career than, in film and television for sure.
Very nice.
She was married twice. Her first husband did pass away, and then she was married a second time. She didn't ever have children, and I didn't find out that situation, which is totally fine. But most importantly, she was made a Disney legend in 1996, which is totally appropriate. I really like sharing about someone like Betty Lou Gerson.
Especially Disney legends.
Yeah, not just that she's a Disney legend, but I like sharing about these people. She was a female radio star who ended up being a big part of Disney.
Establishing Hollywood.
Like I've said a million times, I know Disney's a multifaceted company built up of all these people from the past who really made the shorts and the live action, everything that it was. They're really special people.
Indeed.
And it's fun to learn about them.
Yes.
So it was cool learning about her and her birthday,
Cruella
April 20th. All the way back in 1940. She was older than my grandmother.
There you go.
I always talk about my Nana, who was born in
She
1917.
but not the Dalmatians.
Yeah, it's cool. But anyway, we're moving on to the rest of this week. So on April 18th, going back a couple of days to 1936, Disney's Silly Symphony short, The Three Little Wolves.
Okay.
Yes.
Not too often talked about.
Yes, but this is on Disney Plus. So
hey.
Obviously it's
talk about it more.
This is, well, I thought it was interesting first because I brought up The Three Little Wolves not too long ago, and here's another short that's really more focused on them a little bit. It's definitely the boy who cried wolf concept in this cartoon.
Very good story.
And you know, you have the wise pig, and he created a blowhorn, a big horn. It's like an emergency thing that they can use when a wolf is coming. And of course the other two pigs are just having fun with it and blowing that horn way too often. And of course they get kidnapped by the wolf and all these antics ensues. But in this, the big bad wolf, you know, uses his 3 sons to help lure the little pigs in.
Wow, family business.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a mess, but they get, well, I'll let you watch so you can find out the ending.
3 little wolves.
Yeah, it's well animated. I enjoyed it. It was a fun one.
Yeah.
But moving on to 1953. This cartoon, I really, really want you guys to watch. I love this cartoon. I don't know. I think it's the music. And I actually listen to 1940s music, but this is a little bit older, probably the 1940s.
Yeah. 40s Junction is her favorite XM station.
I'm such a nerd. Yeah, I like 40s Junction. I feel like I'm one of the few out there that listens. I don't know.
Well, it's on the dial.
Okay. We got other stuff.
More
Don't
than
worry.
pharmacists.
Don't worry.
Listening.
We listen to other great music. But
to be for sure.
That. Okay. But in 1953, the Mickey Mouse cartoon, The Simple Things, and that's the song, The Simple Things. Anyway, featuring the voice of Jim McDonald as Mickey, is directed by Charles Nichols, is released. So here you have Mickey and Pluto, and they are going on a nice simple day fishing. It's supposed to be simple. Of course it's not simple. This is a cartoon. But I really love it. It's got just a beautiful feel to it. I love the ocean in it and all the coloring. But what's crazy about this cartoon is they do this and you do not get another Mickey cartoon for 30 years.
30 years? This is a lot.
Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Wow.
Yeah, so I
guess they really kept it simple.
Like if we're doing a class on cartoons, I'd say go watch this, check it out, then go watch Mickey's Christmas Carol and see the differences. Also, what I thought was interesting was the bird in it, the pelican in it, was very similar to the one in The Little Mermaid at the end. Right. It's the way that it acts, and obviously we're talking about 53, and then of
pelican
course.
Or seagull?
Oh yeah, seagull. It's sorry, it's a seagull. Okay. Anyway, later on in what is the year that
Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
Like 1992, 93?
Right. So that's
or wait, no. It was earlier than that. My apologies.
Yeah.
It was like 88, 89.
We don't memorize dates.
Yeah.
There's so many. Sorry. But anyway, the point is that look at that. Because I was watching, I was like, this is so similar to the one in The Little Mermaid. So that's interesting too. Yeah, so check out this cartoon, The Simple Things. It's simple to remember. Okay, moving on to 1983, on the same day, the Disney Channel, a pay TV network, first airs. You guys remember that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 7 a.m.
1983.
1983. Wow. The first show was Good Morning Mickey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like when MTV launched, they played Video Killed the Radio Star for like 24 hours. So very interesting. Well, I didn't have
strange time.
Well, I mean it's cable. That's how they did it. But
yeah,
I didn't have Disney Channel till 1986. But when it originally came out, there was like a silver tube that you placed between your cable box and the coax cable that had like the code that unlocked and allowed you to watch Disney Channel. So drove out to the cable. You had to drive out to the cable place and pick it up. Little silver tube. But it unlocked Disney Channel. That's how you did it.
It was a hard time back then.
Sure.
Go get your little thing to put on your cable.
And I did it.
You did it.
And you got the Disney Channel magazine in the mail,
for 10 miles,
which was awesome. Every month you would get the full schedule of Disney programming.
I did not have this experience. I don't think we had the Disney Channel for a long time.
86.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really, I'm glad you had it. So on the program, they had Mousekersey's that day, Welcome to Pooh Corner, and Mommy and Me theme show, a game show. Yeah,
I didn't realize Welcome to Pooh Corner was that early. But the Mousekersey's was very popular. I mean, you had Jane Fonda workouts at the time. You had Richard Simmons workouts. Like, workouts were very popular at that time of the morning.
Clothing.
So it made, and all the clothing is there at Mousekersey's with full 80s logo, all neon colors, spandex. Very good.
Yeah, the bands and
all in there.
It was a hard time, honestly. All right, and it only aired for 16 hours back then, but later in 84 they expanded the time. Of course, it's 24 hours now, has been for a long time.
I don't know, when Walt Disney used to go out at night, I think there was still a short time in the late 90s, early 2000s that it went out there.
Yeah, because we loved Walt Disney. I think that's all. I mean, we used to watch mostly Walt Disney when we were young parents.
After Gargoyles.
Nice. Oh, that was a good time. Good time. All right, Disney Channel is different. In fact, I don't think we watched a Disney Channel in years, to be honest. So well, I'm just saying it's not the same. They don't play old, and we're obviously interested in older Disney things. So at least from my perspective. But moving on to April 20th, 2001, a rare collection of photographs, books, papers, and other personal items belonging to the real Alice in Wonderland, Alice Pleasance Liddell Hargreaves, is previewed at Sotheby's in New York City. So it's gonna go, the collection will be auctioned in June. So the archive materials included photographs that Lewis Carroll himself took of the young Alice and her sisters in the mid 1800s, silver hairbrushes used by Alice, her wedding ring, etc. So,
Any drink me bottles?
I don't think so.
Any eat me cakes?
No, sorry.
Okay.
But crazy to think that, you could be part of a book that later became part of a film that later auctioned your hairbrush
Maybe
and stuff.
Maybe one of the most famous girls ever to have lived.
Yeah. She
Maybe shy of
probably
Cleopatra.
didn't even really know that.
Yeah.
So moving on to April 21st, 2006, the U.S. Postal Service unveils new 39-cent stamps featuring Disney characters at Epcot.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the same day as the park's Flower and Garden opening.
Okay.
So I thought this was kind of timely with Flower and Garden full going. This was cool. That you can check these out online, but it was Art of Disney, romance featuring Cinderella and Prince Charming, Belle and the Beast, Lady and the Tramp, and Mickey and Minnie, and will be available at post offices the following day, of course.
Yeah, always fun.
Yeah,
always fun.
Those
get
collections.
Some Disney in the mail.
We need to get some more of those.
Yeah.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I have bought stamps recently. Every once in a while, a special one will come out, and I have to get it. I can't remember what the last one was.
Yeah, for sure.
Flowers and I can't say it. The word for stamps is like philatelic. I'm not gonna be able to say it. But anyway.
Oh.
I had a clever rhyme there, but we're gonna move on.
We're gonna move on. Okay. April 22nd, 2005, at Disneyland, Jiminy Cricket environmental buttons are handed out these little buttons with Jiminy Cricket.
You got to be
on it
conscious
to
of the
celebrate
environment.
Earth Day.
There you go.
I really love any time Jiminy Cricket is used. And you just found a glass Jiminy Cricket at
the Aravis Brothers in Mexico.
In the Mexico pavilion.
And I don't want them to raise the price, but it was like only $35 or $38. It was amazing. Yeah. I'm anxious to go back and get it.
Yes, you need it for your collection. Right. But this day you could get a complimentary Jiminy Cricket button. Maybe you guys did. If you got any buttons, tell us about it. That's really cool. Brad would have loved one.
Don't be a fool. Be ecologically cool.
They do these buttons. I think you can get them with a purchase when you donate to conservation and things like that. But sometimes on Earth Day you get things like this, like buttons or special things. Yeah, so you know.
I'd say every year.
Yeah.
Every year there's something, especially in Animal Kingdom.
Right. Because, I mean, Animal Kingdom
it's all about
opened
conservation.
on Earth Day. And it's always been about, like, that's a huge part of the park. So it makes sense. It should be. And then in 2018, Disney's Animal Kingdom, mentioning it, turns 20.
Okay.
So I was just thinking.
That's
really cool.
On an Earth Day.
Yeah. To commemorate the occasion, they'll launch a new bird show. You guys remember this? That will incorporate characters from the Pixar movie Up. And there will be other additions, including a 2-week party of the planet and a new bash in Dino Land.
Party of the Planet.
USA featuring Donald Duck. But that bash has still been going.
Oh yeah, it's still going on.
Yeah.
You go down there, it's got the truck with the speakers playing like modern
contemporary. I think it was only supposed to last 2 weeks and it's just never stopped.
Yeah, it goes
That's
down.
kind of funny.
Yeah, and there's great little dinosaur statues just a drop away from it, like too. Yeah. It's honestly, it's pretty good. If that wasn't there, right now you'd have Timeable World shut down. All you would have is
Primeval World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
No. Triceratops.
All you would have is the Triceratops spins.
Yeah. Right. And food stuff.
People might miss dinosaur.
Well,
the music calls you down there.
I think some people do like playing those like carnival type games.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we've really have we done that?
No.
Sorry, we haven't done that one. But this was a big celebration. Of course, 20 years. So, we're in 2022, like we'll be close to 30 soon. It's right around the corner. Yeah, of course. And we love heading over there and seeing the animals. I love Animal Kingdom. It's so nice. It's always nice. Despite how crowded and crazy things get, it just never feels that way. No. To me, at least, at Animal Kingdom, it's always like just
and even when it
experience.
Does, there's an element of humanity that makes it so pleasant.
Okay. And then moving on to April 24th, 2013, Disney World rolls out its new Monsters University monorail.
Wow.
Yeah, remember?
I remember it actually. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was really fun. Did you ride it? I know you guys did the Marvel one.
Oh, yeah.
Miles,
I mean, we tried to do them, but I
think this was the one. Do you have those experiences where it's like, when we were there, we wish we had done something cool with the monorail.
And you try to.
So then when it happened again with the Marvel one,
we were there.
Brad and Miles went, and Miles had all these Marvel masks, and he wore them.
I put them all in the carry-on luggage and planned it. And
he was so little
Marvel monorail.
What was he? Probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah, very easy.
But
it was awesome.
I don't even think we got pictures of this monorail. But
my parents rode the monorail last week on their non-park day. Whenever we took them to the Floridian to see the Easter Bunny, when we popped in to visit our pal, they took a little jaunt in the monorail. I mean, the monorail itself is so legendary. It's enjoyable.
So lucky to get to experience it. And then also on this day, April 24th, 2015, King Triton's concert premieres at DisneySea's Mermaid Lagoon, and King Triton is the host. So I got to check this out.
Okay, I got it. I had to go to Japan to figure out where.
Yeah, you were in Japan. So this is so interesting. You have King Triton. It's like his concert, and it's this big, animatronic King Triton.
Okay.
But then Ariel is a live cast member.
Okay.
And she's on wires. And then there's her sisters, but they just have them on screens. They don't have, so they're like, I think they're pre-recorded. It was really hard to tell because there's a language thing going on and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's in Japanese.
Of course.
Which is really
And
cool.
their stage there at DisneySea has some phenomenal productions. Other productions that I have seen are amazing.
Really cool.
They really, really do a great job.
King Triton's is very cool.
At
And
DisneySea.
it's kind of neat. I'm almost 100% sure it's an animatronic. I mean, it's an HD video. It looks like an animatronic to me. So please correct me if I'm wrong. A giant puppet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true too. But I don't think it's a real person. But it possibly could be. But very strange real person. It has to be a puppet or an animatronic. You guys tell me if you've been to see it for sure. But it was neat. Go check out the video. You can see it on YouTube. It's in HD, so it's a pretty nice version of it. I liked it. I was looking in the comments and somebody commented like, "You're not allowed to record or take pictures of this," but it's just like, well, they did. So you can check it out.
There you go.
Anyway, but that's it for this week in Disney. And please share with us down below any things that we talked about that you're familiar with or want to share your thoughts about. We love hearing from you guys. But yeah,
keep it simple.
Have a great week, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Good.